All right. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Let's get these gloves on. All right. Hey, Praetorian. Wow, 9 months. Thank you for the resub. There is sort of an isometric mod in photography mode, but it's not really, it's not third person. You can't actually play with that. Anyway, hello, Kind Zentizuken, and Ruse, hello. 3 more months and you will be switching to the full year badge, which is pretty cool. I'm surprised Twitch didn't add a 9-month badge. Hello, Jet user. Hey. Yeah. I mean, I think I got partnered around this time last year. Hey, Sky Eye Dreamer. Welcome. Anyway, thank you all for the support. It's been awesome. The game is getting there. It is getting there. It's taking a while, but so, one thing I want to talk about or mention for a bit is that 2017 might not be the year after all. Really the reason is just that as far as indie game releases go, it's in September is really the last month I have for that. Closing greenlight today. Steam Direct launches June 13th. Interesting. Wow. Wow, I didn't know Stardew Valley was a greenlight game. I don't even have sound yet. Yeah, I think I am probably underestimating how long sound will take. So yeah, the thing is, Okay, you can't launch November, December. Because that's like when all the AAA games are coming out, and that's when Star Wars is releasing. So you could do October, but that's when all the other indies are trying to beat the November, December rush, right? So you end up having, like, I think there was one day last year or the year before in October, like 5 indie games came out. It was the day that Downwell released. I think like Human Resource Machine also came out that day. Not Subnautica, but another one that's like a mobile naval military game. So yeah, it's like September, but yeah, so it would have to be September, which is just too rushed. I could try to go for it, but I'm not as confident that I could do the game justice releasing it then. Hello, Kano stuff. Yeah, too late. Too late anyway. I could have sound in, not necessarily good sound. Yeah, I need to get started on that soon. Alright, this is the new level we've been working on. I'm really happy with this. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, I think January, February is a good time, because then it will... Yeah, that's like... That feels reasonable, you know, and I'm gonna start getting all the console stuff in, like, want to start certification in July. But yeah, I gotta do it while I'm 30. That's the key. That is the key. So, yeah, the Breath of the Wild GDC talk is excellent. Now, speaking of... Oh, so this is their new Steam Greenlight is closed. It's in May. But yeah, I should have a rough draft of the game done pretty soon, this week or next week. I'm currently I'm the bottleneck as far as production goes. This building's really cool, huh? It looks very, very classic. Looks more like, it looks a lot like the old school. Yeah, so this is this new tool that I added that lets me, I can basically create cubes wherever I am. It just makes it easier when debugging, so I don't have to like actually try to solve. Yeah, adding little details. Okay, so the height of this guy is... Hey, Doombox. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Oh man, I had this, I had to do a CT scan this morning. I don't know if you guys have done that. It's when you go inside the little tunnel. Not a tunnel. But you know, it's one where they scan all you and put you in different slices. The Macron for the French president, Emmanuel Macron. Yeah, it was just for like a follow-up. Remember, I had to have that tumor removed last year. It was benign, so you just have to go through a follow-up. But what they do is they put this. It was like a contrast scan, so they put this dye in your blood. Very strange feeling because your whole... I'm not sure if it was the temperature of the thing. It probably was, and not some reaction, but like your whole body gets really warm. Very strange feeling. It doesn't make the loud noise. It wasn't super loud, but it's basically got this like thing that's spinning around you. No, it's just like... It didn't quite look like this. I don't have to put on... I don't have to change or anything. Hey, I care. 78. Ah. So is anybody here going to be impacted by the Steam Greenlight removal? I know some people have asked me how I felt about Steam Direct, Steam Greenlight. The thing is, it's a little too... I'm a little bit removed from that process at the moment because I didn't go through Greenlight. I skipped that. And it's a little too late for me. I'm like too far into the process to be thinking about that. So this is what, 19? Yeah, this is 19 times 40. What is 19 times 40? Well, 20 times 40 is 800, so 800 minus 40, 760. Yeah, 760 sounds about right. How did I get a Steam? I mean, I just emailed Valve, like... Because not every game is in the same situation. I mean, you could just email Valve, but Valve is gonna ignore a lot of the games, right? Like I had, I mean, my game was already, yeah, like, you know, it was like 3-4 years into development, and the game was already coming out on Sony. Like it, the thing, Valve is like, they just wanted to make sure that you had a valid game there, right? And I had that. Huh. Hey, favor lock. Well, Sony's not my publisher. Um, I'm self-publishing the game, so the game comes out on Sony. Like Sony's just a platform. They're not the publisher. But all platforms take a cut. You know what? This is annoying. Well, Sony puts it out on. They put out all their games. All the games that come out gets a trailer. Being a publisher is very different than being a you know. Why can't I just say what? No, I mean, I'm not saying, well, there's like NDA stuff, but, I'm not at liberty to say, but I don't want to go into the details. I know it is very loud. But yeah, they're not a distributor, right? It's just a platform that it's coming out on. And Oh, hey, yes, the next episode will be this. Yeah, the next episode will be on Saturday. Well, actually, Stugan just recommended these earplugs, and I think after living here for like 5 years, I might get them. Honestly, I just wake up like it comes through it's not that bad in the winter because I have the window closed, but now in the summer I've got the window open. And basically 3 a.m. I just wake up. Yeah, I just wake up in the middle of the night. No, there are some reusable ones on Amazon. How hard was it to originally pick up Unity? I mean, in a way, I'm still learning Unity. So, but yeah, it wasn't too bad at the beginning. I mean, you mean like how hard was it to? I just like downloaded Unity and started playing around with stuff. Depends on what your definition of picking up is, right? If you just want to get up and have something moving, you can do that in an hour. Well, you could make a game in 3 days. Three days or 5 years. Hey, Xeno Alloy. I'm on the, the 10,000 hour game jam. It's probably more like 15,000 now. Oh, so it's not a... it's not a texture. It's just a... It's a textile block, which is what Frank Lloyd Wright did a lot. But the idea was, you know, he wanted to sort of make the concrete block itself sort of be interesting. But yeah, it's sort of... This is actually... You can see it a lot in Blade Runner. You guys might recognize this building. That's the Ennis house. Right. Oh, it looks like this looks like it's Game of Thrones. By the way, my friend Joel made a... It was my friend Joel made it because I got this email from an ad placement company, and their email was like, first of all, they emailed me at william.cheer@relativitymedia.com. Relativity Media. It's the film studio with the name Relativity. Absolutely nothing to do with me. They emailed me at william.cheer@relativitymedia.com. They were like, hey, I love Manifold Garden. We've got a program that does product placement in Unity. I was like, okay, no. And it was, they said it was like the way it worked is you have, you would like tag objects with their system. Like you put on a table or something, and then every time, it wasn't even billboard, it was more like, I don't know, like maybe you'd see like a can of Pepsi or something on the table kind of different times. Just how did I get the email? What do you mean? They emailed me. Oh, they also emailed. They emailed that. They emailed. They. It was like CC'd. It was CC'd. I have always wondered why Rockstar didn't have product placement, you know, with Starbucks or something, since they already have these coffee shops. But I'm guessing a lot of companies don't want to be associated with that kind of violence. Well, unless there's another person named William Cheer at Relativity Media, I don't think that's gonna happen. Is my world always black and white? Hey, Olakana. The room is really not that interesting. You should be looking at the top half of the game over here. First name, last name sticker mess up. Actually, the reason how my last name came to be is when my family first came to the United States, we couldn't afford to buy any vowels. So that's. I don't know if you guys have Wheel of Fortune over in Europe. I actually stole that from someone else. One time I met this person who also didn't have any vowels in their last name, and they said that joke, and I was like, hey, that's good. I'm gonna take it. I think Arthur's been playing around with the anti-aliasing. William got cheered up on by his last name? What? No, it was against the rules. It's everybody for themselves. Oh, this is cool. What? Fell off. Hey, Warner! Warner, man, how's it going? My friend, I have not seen you stream in a while. This level looks very interesting. Whoa. Just fell off there. That's a very cool shot. We're working on it. We're working on it. Yes, it is a custom shader indeed. I feel like it doesn't look as good. Well, it's constantly changing. We will see, we will see. Sometimes it's not, you know, I haven't thought too much about the soundtrack yet, but sometimes when the musician is too well known, it can kind of overshadow, I feel like it can overshadow it kind of takes you out of it, because you're like, oh, this is, I mean, I love Disaster Piece's work. I love Austin Wintory's work, but they both have very distinct sounds. At least Disaster P does, and it. I loved. I really liked. It Follows, but every time the music came on, I was like, "Hey, it's the Fez sound." Yeah, it's not so. Whew, boy. But yeah, I'll see. I thought it went wonderfully, but it was just, and it's like if I hadn't known that it was, maybe if I hadn't spent so much time listening to the Fez soundtrack. Yeah, I don't think it's important to have a big name either. And then it's also not just the music, right? There's just the audio design aspect of it. See what you mean, didn't? Probably. I don't. Billy Corgan is here. I'll get. Maybe I can get Billy Corgan. Has he done video games before? I know he has like a tea shop. Oh, they did Billy Corgan, Marilyn Manson. Okay, so Marilyn Manson doesn't play video games. Nobody knows if Billy Corgan does. Am I going to give silly copies of my game to Let's Players? I'm not sure what you mean by silly copies. Oh, you mean where they do the custom voices? I don't really have that. Like, I think the Stanley Parable did it, right? Where the narrator they did like custom narration. I think Darkest Dungeon also did something similar. No, I don't think I'll be doing that. Am I looking for someone who can do your game music? Not at the moment. Yeah. The, hey! Hey, the Night Wayer. And Hassam Shar. It is a game to help me in the dating scene, so... Oh no, yeah, people were... I haven't announced it, but everybody was speculating. No, people were just saying that, you know, obviously we need a good soundtrack to go with the game. But yeah, it's with the issue is more I just don't have the bandwidth at the moment to handle it. I hope people realize I was joking with that tweet. Make BG background music that suits the theme. Oh yeah, but you know I've talked about William Basinski, right? Because his music kind of repeats over and over again, and he talks about how the repetitions creates a sense of eternity. Because there's no, it's the beginning and the end become hard to discern, indiscernible. And by removing that structure of time, he creates a sense of eternity. And I was thinking that's very fitting for Manifold Garden, because by removing the beginning and end spatially, we create a sense of infinity. So I thought that I thought about kind of the temporal loops might work. At least in theory, it sounds kind of cool, but yeah, it's one of those things I'd have to. Why am I not clicking on this? Oh. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to tell until it's been implemented. I've not played Monument Valley 2 yet. Have you? Yeah, I wanna play. I wanna check out the world inside of a world thing. I actually did not know they were making a sequel for that, although it makes sense that they would be. Oh God. What's the new one called? Covenant? Hey, Game Dev Company, thank you for the host. Next Saturday will be the next show. What got awkward? Hold on, let me catch up on this. Obsessed Alien Covenant. Oh no, he didn't work on Monument Valley 2. Jet User works for Microsoft. Send them all your complaints. Yeah, for those of you that are new, we've got this Unfolding the Garden show we've been doing, looking at early builds of the game, which is really fun. I had a really fun time doing it. It's too bad I'm not going to be using my setup anymore. But I had this because what was cool about it was I was playing the game on a MacBook Air, and we fed the MacBook Air through an Elgato into the PC, so I was able to use my regular stream setup. Good enough. So yeah, game dev company. How was your stream today? Let's see here. Windows, resources. Oh, what's John angry about? So has anyone tried 4D games? The one from Mark Tenbosch. It's a new project. Alright, what should we listen to? Let's listen to... Oh, let's listen to the Abzu soundtrack. Was that Austin Wintory? I think so. Yes, composed by Austin Wintory. I think he also did Assassin's Creed 6. Oh man, they're on 6 already. I still haven't finished 5. I'm really glad that they're taking a break. Didn't they just leak something? I thought I saw some stuff about It's like ancient Egypt or something. There is no privacy these days. I say to a room full of strangers on the internet. This music is too slow. I need something a little bit more exciting, man. It's a good game soundtrack. That I haven't listened to like a million times already. Oh, the Bound soundtrack was quite good. I remember that. You know what? Usually I like listening to... It's good. That's true. I don't know that. I just assumed you were all bots. E3 is coming. Yeah. What's supposed to be the big announcements? PS4 Slim. I hope they make a white version. Cause I really need my video game console to match my eyewear. Scorpio? What is that? Oh, what's that screenshot? John's working a new game? And Evan Todd! Hey, thank you for the host. Is that a new channel name? How's it going, Evan? Hey, Candy Coda Games, hello. Is Scorpio a new console or some program? I guess like the console generations aren't like what they used to be, right? Oh, so the Scorpio is really Microsoft's answer to... The Scorpio is more Microsoft's answer to the PS4 Pro. Alright, so aside from consoles, systems, what about games? I'm interested to see what indie games are coming out. This year I'm not showing at E3. I showed at E3 for the last 2 years. Not this year though. They're like, you're taking too long. We're giving your spot to someone else. Have I heard of the game The Talos Principle? I have played it, indeed. I've actually talked to the devs from Crow Team as well. So yes. The game has, yeah, it's like overwhelmingly positive. How come nobody else is really making puzzle games? I guess... Seems like everyone's doing like roguelikes now. I've not heard of In the Shadows. Ah, yeah, is Fidel is coming out? Really? I mean, it sold almost 1 million copies on Steam, which is, you know, considering the full price is $40, I think it did just fine. Why are there... I think they're just easier to make. It's cheaper. Actually, they're not necessarily easier to make, but People think they are. No, they are. I think they are. I think a 2D game is a little bit easier. Some games also don't call for 3D. Really? Whew. Boy, I tell you what. Boy, I tell you what, I'm tired. So... That's the online multiplayer World of Warcraft game. I've been seeing it a lot in the news recently for all the wrong reasons. Like people complaining about new changes ruining their childhood. I do. I am up late. I go to sleep at like 2 or 3 in the morning. Yeah, I need to get better at that. I mean, I still get like 8 hours of sleep. My schedule's a little shifted. Okay, there we go. Oh, I can't do, hey, 466, thank you for the host. Yeah, I need more than 6 hours of sleep these days. Shauna Lynn, Orange Boy, man, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. For those of you from 466 stream, hey, and Mr. Salamak. Bienvenue. Well, very happy to have you here. Anyway, my name's William. I'm working on this game called Manifold Garden. It's been in development for about 4.5 years now. And Sarah Brolin, man, we got this is the raid train. Thank you, Sarah Brolin, for the host. Welcome, everybody. So anyway, my name's William. I've been working on this game, Manifold Garden, for about 4.5 years now. And I've got a Steam store page. You can add the game to your wish list if you're so interested. But and actually, since so many new people just joined, why don't we hit play and I'll show you guys what the game is about. Welcome. Oh man, really sorry to hear about that. How old was your dog? Yeah, it was a new 8 years old. It's shown. I did not own a dog, but this had a roommate. This was the only dog I lived with, Juicebox. Many years ago, it was my roommate's dog. But I was at home with her, so I would take her out for walks, and she had to wear this coat when you walk her in the winter. But yeah, sorry to hear about that. Yeah, 8 years. 8 years old. What was the dog's name? Easy. Oh, that's a good name for a dog. I don't have a dog at the moment, but I think once my schedule settles down, I'd like to adopt another one. Her name. I always thought Eno would make a great name for a dog. after Brian Eno. Man, Alexander, you have a lot of very deep questions for me. Am I single? Do I have ambitions to be a father? Anyway, this is so for those of you just joining us, this game Manifold Garden, you have the ability to change gravity. Easy. So what kind of dog was easy? The juice box was she was a rat terrier but mixed with a whole bunch of stuff. So anyway, yeah, and then the world also wraps around in 3D, so if I fall off, you know, there's just another version of it. So this tower here actually continues on forever. Anyway, this is and so this is, I'm kind of no-clipping around the place, but right now we're mostly focusing on the architecture. Oh, okay. So you can get all the money he's gonna earn with Manifold. No, we're here. Welcome, awesome here. Well, quite sad we Mr. Salamak's dog just passed away. So, will this game have a free falling mode? Yeah. So right now I'm kind of just. What are the stats here? Oh. Mais plein de français dans le stream. Yeah, this the way this level is designed, there's basically two towers. So on the one hand, we've got this one. I need to improve this one. I don't really like the way this is designed right now, but it's to look, you know, there's sort of one really messy structure and then here's another one. This is sort of based on like these sky bridges. There's one in Chicago. Why are crime rates so high in Chicago? That is a very complicated issue. I'm probably not the best person to answer, but a lot of it has to do with like the way the city was built and with the inner city gangs. That's a huge part. Yeah, it's this structure. The Wrigley building. Yeah, I really like that. So that's kind of where the idea came from. Is that the, let me... That is the gum brand, yes. It was chewing gum magnate William Wrigley Jr. We have Wrigleyville. Oh, it was Chicago's first air-conditioned building. On occasion, the entire building is hand-washed. You had your wedding photos taken there. Why am I looking at these people's wedding photos? Anyway, that's the bridge. That's where I got that from. Now, hi, I am looking for someone to take wedding photos with at the Wrigley building. Please get in touch. I like long walks on the beach. I'm actually trying to just research more about that sky bridge. Wrigley building sky bridge. The bridge between the two towers. So it was added to connect space occupied by a bank. The walkway was required by Chicago ordinance concerning bank branch offices. Oh, interesting. Wrigley building walkway. Huh, interesting. I just want like a close-up picture of it. Oh, so that's one walkway, and there's another one up there. Anyway, I'm a big fan of walkways. It does, yeah. Stinky onion or something. There was actually someone that was shot in front of my building of like half a year ago. It was pretty scary, actually. It happened. I just missed it. I think I didn't hear it because I had my earplugs in, but it was like, and I remember the time. It happened around 3 p.m. because I normally stream starting at 3, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the grocery store, and I was like, yeah, I've got about 10 minutes. I think I can make it back, and it must have just happened like I don't know, 50 feet behind me, because when I came back, there were like cops all over the place. My roommate, of course, slept through the whole thing. At the time, he was going to sleep at like 10 in the morning and waking up at around 6 p.m. No, I'm not a big fan of this. Yeah, no, it should not be normal. It's pretty messed up that it is. I'm not a big fan of. Hold on. Yeah, actually, knives are in a lot of ways more dangerous. In some ways, you kind of would wanna. I'm not saying guns are not dangerous, but a knife can do a lot of damage. Is it true that guns are a part of U.S. culture? Yes, but it depends more on which part of the U.S. If you're in the South, it's not uncommon for 12-year-olds to grow up with guns, but usually it's like rifles, for hunting. A lot of people will get like a .22 and learn to shoot with that. But yeah, like in the city, that's not as common. Oh no! Um... Guys, you made me click on the wrong button. Now we gotta wait. I meant to open up the window tool, but no, I'm stuck. Well, it's been almost 2 hours, so I should wrap up. Yeah, I accidentally clicked on the tool that opens up all the scenes and creates optimized versions for them, which I needed to do anyway, but now it's going to take about 20 minutes. So anyway, I have been streaming for about 2 hours, so I'm going to take a break, get a bite to eat, and in the meantime, I'm going to host Hardly Difficult. I'm sure a bunch of you already know who he is. He's another game dev streamer. Right, everyone. So just a quick update on what we're doing, where we're at. This is my production timeline. I need to finish up the second half of the game. So there's a lot of levels there, but they need to get connected up. They need to get polished and connected up. The date Wednesday, 6th of let's make that Friday. 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 9, 2017. Add a watermark to middle, send out beta build. That I can do. Start launch plan, make draft of trailer, start audio design and music, make the ending for the game, budget analysis. I need to. I hate this part, but I need to think about how much money I have left. How long we can last for. So so this Saturday we'll be continuing. It'll be our second design history show. It's going to be called Unfolding the Garden. Basically every Saturday it's like a 90-minute stream, but I'm playing through old builds of Manifold Garden and talking about what I was thinking at the time. And you know, we're basically tracing the evolution of the design, the evolution of ideas in the game. So if you're interested in game design, I think this is something that you'd be interested in. This past Saturday, we looked at the earliest build. So from November 2012 to February 2012. This Saturday, we'll be picking up where we left off and starting up on March 2012. And the first episode of the show is currently archived on my YouTube channel. That's of course also where all the streams are archived. So if you guys check it out, there's well, I've got a whole bunch of others. I think I haven't put them in the playlist yet. But yeah, you can check out the first episode there. Okay, I will be back a little bit later this evening, but I'm going to get a snack, let Unity finish cleaning up all the levels, and we'll be pumping out more level design. Alright, it's been fun hanging out. If you like the stream, you should follow the channel, and of course, thank you everyone for hosting today. Evan Todd, 466, Sarah Brolin. I think I am missing somebody else. from earlier, but anyway, appreciate it. All right, bye everyone.